In this video, I will be showing you how to navigate a work order. To begin, open up a work order. Anytime a work order is assigned to you, it will show the status as new. You should always look at the work orders in new status and pick them up if you're going to keep them. We need to avoid having work orders in the new status for multiple days or weeks only to have the technician reassign it to the ops manager. So if it needs to go to someone else, it should be reassigned immediately. Right away, you'll notice in this first section labeled Schedule, you'll see basic information regarding the schedule, including the due date. Now, this work order that we'll be going through is actually a quarterly inspection, so we have 90 days to complete it from the time it is assigned. So the priority is 8P90. The next section will show the customer or building and provide the address, which you can select, and it will take you to a web page that says you're trying to open another application. Hit Allow, and you now have directions to the building. And then just under Customer and Contact, we have the Details section. Now this is where you see the work order description, who it's assigned to, and the work order type. But let's say that this is a work order that requires a contractor to come out. I need to assign it to a manager so that they could get the contractor out here. So let me show you how to reassign a work order. First, click on your name in the Assign to area, then click Edit Assignment. Now, just search for your manager's name and select it. Hit Save in the top right corner, and then you're set. The work order is now in your manager's queue, and you don't have to worry about it. Obviously, we can't have you giving every work order back to your manager, so only send it to them if it's beyond your abilities or safety parameters. Just under the Assigned to tile, you'll see a tile labeled Secondary Assignees. This is where you are able to add another technician to the work order. This is done when the job requires more than one person and allows the other technician to submit the time they spent on the work order. To add a secondary assignee, it's just the same process as assigning the work order to your manager. You'll tap on Secondary Assignee, and it will pull up a search bar. Simply search the name of the technician that assisted you, select it, and then hit Save in the upper right corner. Now, we will go to the Execution section. No, this is not a section filled with weapons and torture devices. This is where you will be adding notes, completion notes, and your time spent on the work order. At the top, you'll see a section labeled Procedures. This will only be applicable to PM work orders, but it's important to know. When you have an inspection, if you tap on Procedures, it will give you a list of things you're required to do during the inspection. Before a completion note can be added, you must have already checked off all the boxes. The Notes section allows you to write notes regarding the work order. Let's say, for example, I found a torn and damaged doormat, and I need to order another one, but I don't have time right then. I can simply note the size and color here in the Notes section and refer back to it when I have time. The completion note is only to be done when the work order is completed. There are two ways to do it. You can either tap on this section and write out your note, or you can tap Actions, which is at the bottom of your screen, and then select Complete. Once selected, you will hit No Scan, and then you'll be brought to a text box to write your completion note. It's important to note that if you do decide to do the completion note the first way, you'll still have to go to Actions and hit Complete to actually complete the work order, which is why I generally recommend just using the second way, but do whatever is easiest for you. Your completion note should consist of a general description of what you found when you got to the site, what you did to resolve or complete the work order, and you should always end your note by saying thank you. And then I like just signing my name at the very bottom as well to finish it off. Adding your time. Under completion note, you'll see the section labeled Internal Costs. Tap it, and you'll be brought to this menu. To add your time, you'll hit the plus button next to Labor, and it will bring you to another menu. At the bottom, tap on the tile labeled Duration. You will now be able to add the time you spent to the work order. After selecting the appropriate amount of time, hit OK in the top right corner. You will then be brought back to the first menu, and you will hit Save in the top right corner. The last section we'll be discussing for this video will be attachments. Now, attachments are crucial to have in every work order. Most work orders you receive, besides planned maintenance inspections or PMs, should have photos attached showing the issue described in the work order. If they don't, when you get to the site and find what the issue is, please attach a photo. And then once the work order has been resolved and completed, attach another photo of the finished result. This helps the members sending the work orders into us see what we are doing and helps keep them satisfied. There are two ways to add a photo. First is by clicking on Attachments. Then you can either click the icon in the top right corner or click the Add Attachment button in the middle of your screen. Either way, you'll be brought to the same menu. Now you can add photos or videos from your device by selecting Photo Albums, where you can select Camera and take a picture to add. By selecting Camera, you won't be able to video, but you can always film and then go into Photo Albums to add it that way. The second way to add attachments is by selecting the Actions menu. Once pulled up, you will notice Add Attachment near the bottom of your menu. Select it, and the rest is the same as what we did previously. Congratulations! You can now successfully navigate a work order.